Hello, my name is Anais Silva, and on today's presentation, we will be discussing leadership comparisons between for profit and nonprofit organizations. Here are the organizations I chose. For profit organization, I chose Apple. This is a multinational technology company headquartered in Cupertino, California, known for its innovation in electronic software and digital services. For a nonprofit organization, I chose Doctors Without Borders. This is an international humanitarian medical non governmental organization providing emergency aid in conflict zones and in areas affected by endemic diseases. Here are the organizational characteristics. The purpose of each organization for Apple, it is to design and manufacture innovative technology products and services for consumer markets and to drive profitability and shareholder value. For the Doctors Without Borders, it is to provide impartial medical care to people affected by crisis, epidemics, disasters, or exclusions from healthcare. The source of funding for Apple, their funding comes from the revenue from sales of products and services such as their iPhones, their Macs, subscriptions to their iCloud and Apple Music. For the Doctors Without Borders, the primarily funded by individual donations, over 90%, along with institutional funding and grants from government and non-governmental organizations. Their target audience, Apple usually goes for consumers and businesses across global markets that are looking for premium technology and digital solutions, while the Doctors Without Borders is for vulnerable populations in crisis zones who need medical attention regardless of race, religion, or political affiliation. Here I created a table to show the different work cultures between both organizations. Starting with values, for Apple, we have innovation, privacy, performance, excellence, and brand loyalty. For the Doctors Without Borders, we have humanism, neutrality, independence, solidarity. Moving on to norms, for Apple, we have high performance expectations, tech driven deadlines, while the Doctors Without Borders, we have crisis response readiness, collaboration, and flexibility in volatile conditions. Next, we have goals. For Apple, we have product development, profit growth, market expansion, and for the Doctors Without Borders, rapid medical response, saving lives, providing care in remote areas. And lastly, we have the mission. For Apple, it is to bring the best user experience to consumers through innovative hardware, software, and services, while the Doctors Without Border, their mission is to provide life-saving medical care to those most in need. This slide, we will dive into the different style comparisons, starting with the leadership style. For Apple, it is predominantly transformational and transactional leadership. Apple's leaders are known for inspiring innovation but also enforce strict performance standards, such as Steve Jobs' visionary but demanding leadership. For the Doctors Without Borders, we have servant leadership which is the most common. Leaders prioritize the needs of their teams and beneficiaries, fostering comparisons, trust, and ethical commitment. Next, we move on to the ethical work standards. For Apple, they focus on ethical supply chain practices, data privacy, and sustainability. However, it faces criticism over labor practices and tax strategies. For the Doctors Without Border, it is deeply rooted in ethical humanitarian principles such as impartiality, neutrality, and non discrimination. Ethics are the backbone of operations. Next and lastly, we have the leaders' motivations. For Apple, it is innovation, profitability, brand influence, technology leadership, while for the Doctors Without Borders, it is the humanitarian impact, saving lives, delivering care to unserviced communities. Here I listed some of the key leadership determinants for success. For Apple, we have visionary product strategy, strong execution and performance management, brand leadership and innovation culture. The Doctors Without Borders, we have ethical decision making under pressure, empowerment and resilience in field leadership, ability to build trust and act swiftly in crisis. What are the challenges being faced by each organization? Starting with Apple, they have supply chain disruptions, global competition, and sustainability concerns. With the Doctors Without Borders, security in conflict zones, donor fatigue, logistics constraints, and mental health toll on workers. What are the latest trends, needs for improvisation, and projections that these fields should foresee and prepare for? For Apple, AI integration, privacy enhancement, environmental responsibilities, and global digital equity. For the Doctors Without Borders, I answered here greater telemedicine use, local health capacity building, climate related health crisis preparedness. Tell me about your personal final thoughts on what kind of leadership styles would you like to adopt when you are in a leadership role in the future and why? I would adopt a transformational leadership style blended with servant leadership. I believe in inspiring and motivating others through a compelling vision while also supporting their personal and professional growth. This balance creates innovation and loyalty, essential for long term success in any direction they wish to continue their career in. In conclusion, understanding the unique leadership styles in for profit and nonprofit organizations help us appreciate how different missions shape leadership approaches. As future leaders, embracing a style that aligns with both purpose and people will be the key to providing a meaningful impact.